Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Today we're going to take a look at, I guess, two things. One is me trying to metal detect in sand. Now, I might have mentioned before, I'm originally from Illinois, and the metal detecting up there consisted of into grass, basically. And there's a whole process with that, cutting out the grass, looking at getting whatever that you were looking for, putting it back on, that whole thing. So it's been a while since I've metal detected, and I've never metal detected on the beach before in sand. Well, a beach near an ocean, sand near an ocean, I guess I should say. We knew of a place we've been before. A couple videos back, you saw us picking up some shells and stuff like that. That was Fort Matanzas, and now that's a little bit south of St. Augustine, and it's about 30 miles north of Palm Coast. So a lot of you probably familiar with this particular brand if you grew up in the 80s or in the 70s even. This is called Time Ranger, and it's made by Bounty Hunter. So, it's not a real expensive one. This is super affordable, probably less than $100 now. I actually had one of these probably 10 years ago, and we moved, and I ended up selling it, and then my wife bought me another one exactly like that I had. And it's good if you want to get into the sport and you want to see what it's like. I would highly recommend it, but there are way better ones out there. Well, I shouldn't say better, different ones that may be better suited for going into the sand, you know what I mean, along the ocean, because you're slinging this thing a lot. There's a lot of sand on the beach. Spoiler alert, a lot of sand on the beach. So you really need something lightweight to get down there and get going and find what you're trying to find. And this is also something, you've probably seen these before if you're interested in metal detecting and all. It's just a small little handheld metal detector that will detect metal as one does when you're a metal detector. All right, let me just get to the videos. And like I said, it's going to be a little bit about metal detecting, a little bit about the damage there at the Matanzas Beach. Just wanted to show you this, whatever it is. It looks like a chunk of coal. Not too heavy, a little heavier than you would think. Very shiny. It was just laying on the top there. It's not non-metallic. I just happened to notice it. Very interesting. Piece of metal I found.
What's this?
It's the bottom of a beer can or a Pepsi can or a Coke can. Here we are at Matanzas Inlet. We've been here before. It's a big wide open beach, but that's all gone now. And I'm sure my friend or my daughter here, T, is not going to sit on the beach and just mope around. She's gonna metal detect today.
No.
What are you doing, Tessa? Here's a shot of what we got. Right there, as you can see, there's some plastics, some metals, probably from a pier. Nice nail there. Aluminum, and our mystery rock. Not sure what that is. But here is, let me get a little closer on this. Here's the reason why people metal detect. Now, don't get me wrong. It would be great to pick up a, gold bar or ancient money or artifacts and stuff like that. That'd be great. But in reality, it's kind of like our own way of getting back in time. Kind of like our, part-time archaeologist or something like that. So metal detecting you find junk like we saw there. And trust me, I think every metal detector person out there does two things, right? You go out there, you fill in your holes, and you pick up junk to throw away later. But sometimes that junk has a story. For example, this piece right here, it's plastic. Just saw it laying there, picked it up, has a hole through it. Looks like it's broken off piece of something. And so one has to wonder, a piece of what? What was that? Is that a swing set? Or is that a bicycle part? Or what? So this piece has a story. We'll never know what that story is, most likely. But still, it's interesting to see, or to try and figure out the story. You see it has a couple white things in there, like plaster. So, mystery, don't know. And this here, actually, a piece of metal, as you can see, has some fine carvings in it. It's metal, it's thin. It looks like something that would lay on top of a piece of wood, you know, to say this is so-and-so's property or whatever. But don't know what that writing is, or if it's just decorative. Definitely metal. Here's another thing that I thought was pretty interesting. It's aerosol spray, not too old. That's not ancient, but yet it's been encompassed in this chunk of what feels like stone. Now, it could be the manufacturer of whoever made this. This is how the bottle looks. Could have been maybe some decorative piece made out of stone that you get your soap out of, or something like that, out of a bathroom perhaps. And here is a wheel, a small little wheel off of a toy car. Plastic. It's still interesting. A little piece. It doesn't look like, if you can, you know, older folks out there, see that little round piece in there? So a little round bar would fit into it. And you can see part of that round piece broke. Pretty familiar, right? Everybody who had a toy like this knows what that's about. But found your wheel. And this piece right here, it's resin color. Plastic. And it has some, where is it at? There it is. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. So it's this red piece of junk plastic with a lot of white on it. I couldn't tell you what it was from. And last, here's just a very small piece of aluminum. This is very thin, but there's some bizarre writing on that. Just like a ton of writing. So I don't know what this is from. The cats. Well, Grace is not impressed. Just a bunch of junk. And sure it is, and I'm gonna throw it all away, but all of it has some history, and that's all we're trying to say.